We all talk about this, that technology is at the core of digital transformation. Even though digital transformation is shaped by culture, by experiences, by engagement with the consumer, and everything in between, and it's finally about business transformation, technology is really driving a bulk of the digital transformation in the enterprise. And I think enterprises have started to understand that technology needs to become a boardroom conversation. It's not just a CIO conversation. It's not just a CTO conversation. But they need to have better understanding of what are these technology footprints in some ways that will help them enable and deliver their digital aspirations. One of my favorite digital moments recently was a CEO in Australia that I met from the transportation business, the logistics business, and he was talking about APIs and AI, as a matter of his strategy discussion. And that's very encouraging, because I think what enterprises need to look at is digital needs to have CIOs, CDOs, CEOs working together, not working in isolation of each other if they want more comprehensive outcomes. That's number one. Number two, I think, is also they need to move beyond just the hype of cloud and mobility and app adoption to really a lot more emerging technologies that are having deeper impact on digital transformations, AI and blockchain and APIs and microservices. And secondly, more importantly, a comprehensiveness of use of these technologies. So really looking beyond the obvious and looking at emerging and not so emerging, what are mainstream technologies that are driving digital adoption is becoming an important aspect of transformational roadmaps.
What I think is really important is to start by putting in place a roadmap. And it's going to evolve and be revised over time, but you need to start thinking about actual time horizons and changes that can happen in the next 6-9 months, things that are just by necessity in terms of whether organizational change or technological implementation are going to take more time. So putting in place a roadmap for implementing this strategy. How are you going to get to this future state of where you see your business being? And you're going to want to look at a few really important areas. One is a technology roadmap. As you understand the strategy you're trying to build, the growth you're trying to enable, what are the technologies you need to get you there? And this is not just on that sort of high level of, well, we're going to be more cloud computing or we need to be more mobile, but getting more specific, looking at a mix of both technical assets and investments, but also if you call capabilities or soft skills. So, DevOps, microservices, these things the IT department talks about that maybe you aren't even aware of that are really moving towards service-oriented architecture. It's going to allow your business to be more flexible, to scale new ideas and new initiatives much more quickly. That once you build one thing and then you realize you need to build something else, the first thing you built isn't going to slow down your next deployment. That's going to be based on this technology roadmap. So you need to have that as part of it. To make digital real and thinking about your technology roadmap, of course, it has to be broad. You've got to understand there are a lot of different pieces here and they all play a different role, and you need to think about how they fit into your particular organization. We're talking about, cloud solutions, and there are different approaches. Which one is right for your business? But also the Internet of Things. What does that mean in your particular industry? Everybody thinks about the smart microwave or refrigerator. Lots of industries it's something very different, but there's a lot of capabilities there. Data. Well, what kind of data and analytics are available? What kind of data sources are there that are relevant to your industry? But also, what are the use cases? What are the problems they can most readily solve to add value? Thinking, to the granular level of things like, what kind of information architecture you're using, what kind of agile methodologies for development are you using? Really, a technology plan and a viewpoint has to look at all these pieces in a way through the lens of your particular business and your goals, and not just get caught up with one particular, very simplified vision. Well, we're going to be more mobile, or the customer is more social or something, but really understanding how all these technologies work together.